Yeah, I play drums.
I play bass. So essentially, we're the rhythm section, and we hold everything steady at the back. At least try to, Graham. Hey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to really get past the Mark Knopfler persona, and obviously Mark Knopfler is an amazing guitarist. He's an amazing lyricist. He's a great singer, and that's what hits you first. So on the initial sort of listening to them, you don't really hear the intricacies of the rhythm section and everything else going on. But within a tribute band, when we're learning these songs and developing them, really to get you beyond just being a mid-tier level, you really got to dig into it and pick out all the nuances of the playing. And that's when you start understanding what a great bass player like John Illsley is. On the first listen, there's so much going on that you don't pick out those lovely little bass lines and the little fills. Yeah, especially on songs like Latest Trick, where he's playing a fretless bass, and it's just divine. It's quite subtle. It's not obvious in the mix, but it really drives the song along. And getting that aspect of my instrument is really what is important. Quite a while. Yeah, it's been quite a journey. You start off with the basics, and you go, okay, well that's the line, that's what's going on, and then you start picking up the little intricacies, and you gradually bring those in step by step. And it does take a while. And the thing is, as well, when you get to a certain point, you think I've got it. You then go back and listen, maybe a couple of months later, and you start picking up more. And that's the sign of a great band is when you can walk away from it thinking you know it note by note, and when you go back, there's just so many more layers and so much more depth. So how you feel, Graham?
Yeah, I mean, for me as a drummer, it's like trying to get a nice balance between sort of the drumming that Pick Withers does, which is really sort of quietly understated. I think he's one of those drummers that doesn't really get enough recognition. And then you've got the opportunity maybe a little bit more to almost overplay a bit if you listen to the way Terry Williams did it, because he sort of threw in lots of notes. So for me, it's just about getting the balance right and finding the little nuances from someone like Pick Withers, but sometimes you can just go for it a bit when you listen to some of their later drummers like Terry Williams. So yes, it's a good opportunity as a drummer to try and strike that balance. Well, yeah, we do quite a lot of live versions from some of their albums, from their live albums. So, I mean, practice is the obvious thing, just going through them lots. But yeah, lots of listening, lots of playing. Um, Not really much more complicated than that, really, for me anyway.
I mean, I will big him up. He strikes that balance between uh, just yeah, as you mentioned, overplaying and understated. He just strikes that balance perfectly. He'll play to the song, and nothing far too busy. Say in the middle of Romeo and Juliet, you know, he puts big fills in, but they're not too busy. They fit the song, and that's what we strive to do is do everything for the song, not for our own egos. It's all about the songs.
Because I think that's the way that the original band did it, so you're trying to emulate that without necessarily copying them note for note, but I'm trying to carry that way that they used to play through the way that we play, so it's not a carbon copy, but it's got that sort of flavor that they used to have. That's the way I look at it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, the connection between me and Graham is so important because we are the rhythm section. So we hold everything down. Um, we have our flashy little bits, but we always bring it to the back and make sure that we're locked in to give everybody else that ability to have the big solos and big drama. And we just make sure we underpin it.
The Glory Boys.
The Glory Boys, indeed. I would say so.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we've known each other for years. but and we've been through a musical journey together that's culminated now in this, and it's great. We really hate each other, but we play quite well together.